Welcome to section 13.4. This is the 147th session of the CISSP exam prep series. In this session, we'll follow an account from birth to retirement. We'll answer several questions. What is the identity and access provisioning lifecycle? How do you provision and onboard a new hire? How do you deprovision and offboard someone who leaves? Why do roles need careful definition? What does ongoing account maintenance involve? And why do access reviews catch problems nothing else does? Why does this matter beyond the exam? Because accounts are where access quietly goes wrong over time. Picture a fast-growing retailer hiring, transferring, and losing staff every week. Without a disciplined life cycle, ex-employees keep active logins, transferred staff pile up permissions, and nobody notices until an audit or a breach. Managing this life cycle well is unglamorous, but it is exactly where real-world access control lives or dies. What is the identity and access provisioning life cycle? It is the full arc of an account. Its creation, its management, its review, and its deletion. These steps feel routine, but they are the backbone of access control. Without accurate accounts, a system cannot establish identity, authenticate, authorize, or hold anyone accountable. And remember, this covers more than people, since computers and services also carry accounts. Think of it like the life of an employee badge, issued on day one, updated as the job changes, and collected on the way out. How do you provision and onboard a new hire? Provisioning creates the account and grants exactly the privileges the new role needs, following a defined procedure rather than someone's whim. Creation, sometimes called enrollment, starts with a unique identifier and adds details like full name and email, plus biometric data if that is used. It is critical to prove the person's identity first, through documents, background checks, or reference checks. Many organizations automate this, so human resources triggers the request and the system builds the account by consistent rules, even placing the user into the right groups so privileges come along automatically. Provisioning also means issuing hardware like laptops and authenticators with careful records. Onboarding then follows, covering the acceptable use policy, security basics, and getting the person productive. Picture a new hire's first day, badge printed, laptop handed over, and the ground rules explained. How do you deprovision and offboard someone who leaves? You reverse the process, whether they quit, are laid off, or are terminated, and the same steps apply to transfers. The simplest deprovisioning is deleting the account, but that can also destroy access to the person's own data, like an encryption key only they held. So many organizations disable the account instead, letting a supervisor recover anything needed before deleting it, often within 30 days. Speed matters, because a terminated worker who keeps access is a real sabotage risk, and a lingering account could be misused under the wrong person's name in the logs. Offboarding also means collecting issued hardware and stopping benefits, since a missed benefit can quietly cost real money for years. Think of it like recovering the badge, the laptop, and the keys the moment someone walks out. Why do roles need careful definition and transition? Because responsibilities change constantly. Sometimes a simple transfer and sometimes a brand new job function. When a new role appears, you define both the role and the privileges anyone in it should have, then decide how to assign them, usually through groups. Say a company launches an online store on a new server, needing developers and system administrators it did not have before. You create those roles, spell out their required privileges, and map them to groups so assignment stays clean. And when a person moves between jobs, their group membership should move with them. Picture rewriting a job description and then handing over exactly the keys that role requires, no more and no less. What does ongoing account maintenance involve? It is the steady upkeep of rights and privileges across an account's whole life. Organizations with stable structures and low turnover need far less of this than fast-changing ones with heavy promotion and movement. Most of the work is adjusting access, and it deserves the same disciplined procedures you use when creating accounts, because an unauthorized bump up or drop in privileges can cause serious harm. Think of it like regular maintenance on a vehicle, small, consistent attention that prevents a major failure later. Why do account access reviews catch problems nothing else does? Because they periodically check every account against what it should have. Administrators review user, privileged, system, and service accounts to confirm none carry excessive privileges and all comply with policy. Watch the local system account especially, since it often has broad power and sometimes doubles as a service account, handing an attacker a wide opening if the application is exploited. Automation helps, with scripts finding accounts idle past 30 days and disabling them, or scanning privilege groups for accounts that do not belong. Privilege monitoring keeps a close eye on anything with elevated rights. What two access problems do these reviews hunt for? They target excessive privilege and privilege creep. Excessive privilege is when an account simply holds more than the job requires, and the fix is to revoke what is not needed. Privilege creep is subtler, where permissions pile up over time as someone changes roles. Imagine a worker moving from accounting to sales who gets the new sales rights but keeps the old accounting ones. Now she can reach far more than her job calls for. Both problems break the principle of least privilege, and regular access reviews are the tool that reliably surfaces them. Think of it as spring cleaning for permissions, clearing out what should have been let go long ago. So let's bring it together. The provisioning lifecycle runs from creating an account, through managing and reviewing it, to deleting it. You provision and onboard by proving identity and granting just the right access. And you deprovision and offboard by disabling accounts, recovering hardware, and cutting benefits. You define roles carefully, maintain privileges with discipline, and run access reviews to catch excessive privilege and privilege creep. Handle this life cycle well, and access stays aligned with need from a person's first day to their last. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on rucloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.